I'm Shayna Cottrell, and I decided to do my leadership project on Hillary Clinton. I want to look beyond her as the politician and her public persona, and more at what has created her as a leader in our country today. Let's take a look at Hillary and the leader that she has become. Hillary was born on October 26, 1947, in Chicago, Illinois. She was born into a middle-class working family. Her dad was a military veteran who owned a drapery business, and her mother and siblings helped run the business. She had a very normal upbringing, and later she went on to graduate from Yale Law School. After graduation, she married Bill Clinton, and together they had one child, Hillary Clinton. Hillary later made history by being the only First Lady to hold a national office position. She has also written many books and memoirs on her journey through her life. Model the way. Hillary's leadership style is easily identified by modeling the way. She has set new standards for women in office and has helped pave a new path for future women to run for the office. She has been the first woman of many things. She keeps pushing to break that glass ceiling. When she did not win the election on her first presidential run in 2008, she told the public thank you for her support, and although it was a loss, there are about 18 million cracks in the glass ceiling. Hillary is bound and determined to help America get away from the gender bias that we deal with on a day-to-day basis. She's a strong supporter of equal rights for all women. After her presidential loss, Obama appointed her Secretary of the State. She decided to take the nomination and set aside all differences that she had with her opponent and just to serve her public. Hillary is all about serving her public and social justice in our country. Hillary has already stated that she will be the model of change of elected president, but she also lets the country know that she wants the same thing as the male candidates. She fights for justice and wants a secure and safe country for all of us. While reading about Hillary, I came across a story about 9/11. While in office, she pushed the Bush administration for more help for the victims' families and also demanded health care for the first responders. She was an advocate on rebuilding New York and the trade centers. She wanted the country to stay strong and band together to support those who risked their lives. Hillary thought it was the government's job to make sure we provide public service to the 9/11 victims and their families. Hillary has always challenged the process. She has challenged things her whole life by not only asking questions, but breaking down walls and barriers. Hillary is a fighter. She's a fighter for women's and children's rights in this country. It is something she holds near and dear to her heart, as her own mother was left abandoned as a child. Her mother had to begin working at the age of 14 to feed herself and start her own life. Her upbringing has led Hillary to continually challenge the government and the public to help women and children in need. As First Lady in the 90s, she started the Violence Act Against Women and promoted equal rights for women. She also tried setting up a children's health insurance program for kids whose parents could not afford health care. Despite that program being a failure, she pushed forward in changing the process and the way America views women in this country. She was also the only First Lady to head the task force while her husband was in office. She was in charge of the health care reform. Hillary has stated many times that our country is still living in old ways and not promoting equal rights, pay, and jobs to our women. Hillary enables others to act by starting new programs, getting issues out to the public, and lets us know what is needed for change. Despite her age, Hillary is a huge advocate of social media and using it believes in using it as a way to promote our country's views on issues. I found this to be very surprising. She wants others to be involved and not just sit back and allow things to happen. As a young girl, her mother took her to see the Martin Luther King speech, and since then she has been a fighter for social justice for all. The story of young Hillary promising herself as a young girl to dedicate her life to equal rights after hearing and seeing the Martin Luther King speech firsthand is quite fascinating. Our country's history has gone full circle. One strong leader can enable others just by doing what is right. Hillary has proved to stand by her promise and now passes on her passion to others. In 1995, Hillary gave a controversial speech in Beijing at a women's conference. She sent the message that women should be strong and fight for their rights. She spoke out about what women can bring to the table in every country and what all women in every country have in common. She encouraged the women to always fully participate in the country and political issues in their very own country. Hillary pushes the government to listen to women and for what women stand up and be proud of who we are as women and what we can bring to our country and our future. Hillary promotes that every woman should be equal and have equal parts in society. We as women deserve to have the dignity and respect as men do. As I sat and watched the speech, I was inspired to be a better advocate for women and to become more educated and outspoken about our rights and what we as women can provide for our country. As women, we are natural caretakers, and Hillary goes on to describe how all women's work continually goes unnoticed. I had no idea Hillary Clinton has already done so much for our women in society, even before running for presidential office. That speech alone has encouraged me to do more as a citizen. Women's rights go far beyond just being equal and being able to vote, but the right to family planning, the right to protect themselves, and the right to fight against discrimination just because they are a woman. I asked us to look outside of the politician that Hillary Clinton is and look into the leader and the woman that she is today. Every story I found about Hillary and what she promotes, there's no denying that Hillary Clinton embodies the definition of a valuable leader. She has failed and conquered. She has spoken up and asked others to do the same. Whether you are male or female, Democrat or Republican, as a citizen of the United States, you cannot deny that Hillary Clinton has been a valuable leader to this country in many ways. She speaks to Americans and asks us to no longer live in the past and promote equal rights for all. Hillary Clinton is a leader that has left her footprint in this country, and whether she becomes the first female president of the United States or not, Hillary Clinton will prevail and continue her lifelong fight of social justice.